What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Same Difference podcast.
Is this thing on?
Hello, friend.
Hello there. How are
What's
you?
going on?
Wait a minute. I'm getting a note that says this tab is using your camera or microphone. Oh, I'm
Do you
tripping.
have
Never
multiple
mind.
tabs open?
No, I do not. I'm okay now.
Okay, girl.
I was a little nervous. I'm like, what's that?
What's going on? It's been a
I'm
while.
good. Oh, you froze a little bit.
Get your signal together. Is it raining, snowing? What's going on in chat?
Actually, we are to get some weather, some little mixy weather here soon. So
The
yeah.
weather across the country, it seemed like everybody's been freezing and knee deep in snow.
Yep.
Everybody wants to borrow about 30 degrees from Florida, and I say no way.
What is it out there right now?
Today it was like high 60s. But like one day, like specifically, I remember somebody showing a video of nothing but snow, and it was like 70 some degrees, and I was outside with a crop top shirt
Oh,
and short
excuse me.
sleeves, no jacket, very warm. Sunroof was open, so
Okay. Come on, crop top. I love it.
so yeah, it's still been cold. Like it get cold at night.
So
Like it'll go
what's
down
going
to
on
like
with
the mid
you?
40s. So can you hear me, friend?
Yes, but you're like freezing.
Am I? Hold on,
Mm-hmm.
let me see if I can close some of these other tabs. See if that'll help. Okay. Well, we'll see if that helps. All right. Well, tell us what's been going on with you.
Well, I went on my first vacation of 2024.
Already in January. The kid had been on vacay already.
Already. I went to Turks and Caicos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was out there twerking in Turks. It was nice. I had
Bringing
a
it
yes.
Turks.
Oh my goodness. It's always vacations hit different when it's somewhere that you've always wanted to go, like a bucket list place. So my energy was on 100,000 just because I was going, and then of course, Drake, that's his favorite place, and so I was hoping for a Drake sighting, but he was not out there. But they do. I found out some interesting information. Some of the locals love him, some of the locals don't. Um,
Why don't they love him?
I think that
I do know that he was there in December.
yes, he was.
I know he was
So
there in
I think
December because I know the guy that I used to work for and his wife, they were there, and he was at the club when they were at their table. He was walking through.
oh my
So
god, that's so crazy. I probably would have fainted if I saw him. Like, I don't even know what I would have done. But the guy was saying that he felt like I think Drake wanted to open up some businesses out there,
mm,
and it was like don't you already make enough money, there's no need for you, excuse me, I have something in my eye, there's no need for you to try to like make some money off of us, this is you're taking food out of our mouths by trying to run your own businesses down here, so like
mm.
just come and put us on the map for tourism, but don't be trying to like get money off of us. That's we need that. And so it was an interesting perspective, but for the most part, they treat him just like a regular guy. I can see why he enjoys it out there. It is very remote.
Mm,
Can't nobody see you doing nothing. All of
mm.
his music, it's like he has a song called Middle of the Ocean, and there were so many moments where I was literally just in the middle of the ocean, and can't nobody see what I'm doing. So I get it. The
So you
weather was
got his inspo from the song then.
yeah, like I completely understand. I mean, the vibe out there, island time is very slow, and it's just. I mean, the weather is beautiful. It was 80 degrees every day, and the Caribbean heat is different. Like 80 degrees with a nice breeze here in Chicago, it might not be as warm feeling, but in Turks, it was beautiful, and it wasn't like too hot. It wasn't like ugly hot. It was perfect. It was literally
Mm.
perfect. It wasn't super duper humid, so it wasn't stuffy and sticky. I got the most beautiful tan. If you follow me um, on TikTok and Instagram, I posted about the mahogany crayoning on vacation. And so you can actually see evidence of the mahogany crayoning in Turks.
Y'all, I'm
Um,
the black girl who clearly don't need a tan. I was born with my tan, so can't relate.
I'm sorry. Like it's a very nice. It was a very nice browning of the skin, you know, and
Mm.
hopefully it lasts through April.
Girl, leave me.
I need this tan to last in time for when it's hot again and I can get outside in a bikini. Um,
When
it
will that be in Chicago?
August.
Oh,
I'm just playing. Probably like June. um, but I had a really beautiful time. I will 100% go back. I will 100% go back and visit. Um, the sand was so fine and white.
mm,
I mean, when it got wet, it was like mud. That's how
mm.
fine. That I mean, it was unreal. Um, food was delicious. Ate a lot of seafood. I tried conch, which
Was the
is
fish fresh seafood really good too?
it was. It was.
Mm.
I enjoyed many a lobster tail. You know, I felt like a baddie. You know, I was in Turks, you know, I was having lobster, you know, I had my little cheeks out and stuff, and you know, the sand was clear and clean and the water was super blue. It was just, you know, I felt, you know, the body was bodying a little bit. So it was great. It was phenomenal. I recharged. It was a nice way to reset. Now that I'm back home, I'm like I'm ready to take on 2024. and
Shout out to everybody tuning into the live. Hey, Lovey, if y'all are in the live, y'all just do me a favor, double tap the screen a couple of times. We are just starting the Same Difference podcast for the week, so y'all get to listen in live. Well, I'm glad you had a wonderful vacation, friend.
yes,
Goals,
it was
goals.
literally,
I can't wait till I can take a vacation.
I mean, shit, you live in a vacation. You live in Orlando, girls, a vacation all the time.
And Zoo. I like to go back to Chicago though. And stay for a little bit longer. You know, I was only there with you for like literally less than 24 hours. But I gotta go back and see my girl Shativa. We got re up. Yeah. I've been
Yes,
enjoying
you
my
must come
Shativa
back.
treat.
You
Yeah.
must come back.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, friend? What have you been up to? How's January treating you?
Um, January's been cool. Y'all know I moved out of the apartment and I am in a shared living community. I'm gonna be here at least until March 1st when my new apartment is ready for me. And I've just been focusing on trying to get some things in order as far as being a little bit more disciplined and consistent and having like a steady set schedule for my content. And just being consistent with posting every day, which means that I have to record every day, which means that I have to edit every day. I've been trying to do that. I am, the beginning of January, I had said that um, I was going to be doing the Skin Talk series, and I'm still going to do that. But truthfully speaking, I just don't want to do it until I'm in my new space. Like,
Mm.
I want to be able to look back on it and feel comfortable and confident with like my background and all of that. And I just don't want to do that here.
Hmm.
But I'm really excited to do Skin Talk once I move. For those of you who don't know, the Skin Talk series is, so many people ask the girl, the kid, about her skin. And so I put together a series that is going to be gender neutral. So it's for girls and guys on how to get the most vibrant, healthy, glowing skin from the inside out. And I'm not necessarily going to be recommending any specific products that I use because if you don't have the type of skin that I have, using the products that I use, you will not see the same benefits. I'm going to be teaching people about what certain active ingredients in all of the skincare that we hear so often, hyaluronic acid and glycolic acid and niacinamide and ceramides and peptides and all of that stuff means. So, yeah, other than that, I've just been, trying to keep both feet on the ground and trying to, not be so like I kept telling y'all that I wanted a break. I needed a breather and I feel like I'm getting that. So I'm just enjoying that until it's time to be back in my own place and space and getting back to the nitty gritty, the thick of things.
Very
Thanks,
nice.
Lovey. So yeah, now let me tell you one thing that I did put on TikTok 2 or 3 days ago was, have you heard the story about the girl from Tallahassee? She moved from Tallahassee to Houston to be a social media influencer. At least
Um,
that's what she said. I'm
with her
calling
three little
BS.
munchkins.
The three little munchkins. The three little munchkins. They're so sweet. Them poor kids.
My three little munchkins.
Because I just don't understand how you could move across the country with no money and no job and be on the TV talking about your goal is to be a social media influencer. Now, personally, I think she just said that in the moment while the camera was on her, but I don't really think that that's the real story for a few reasons. In the video clip on the news, you can see that there's a grown man. He has on a backwoods hoodie. There's a grown man with her. In one of the videos on her TikTok page, that grown man can be heard telling the kids in the back to like sit down or do something. So I have questions about who is this grown man, and because the whole story of moving across the country with no money and no job just don't add up for me. It just
Mm-hmm.
shit stinks and I'm calling bullshit. Um she came across my For You page today, her live stream. She can go live now because when I created a video, like if y'all haven't seen the video on my page, go to my TikTok and it's something else. Yeah, it's something else. Go to the video on my TikTok page and you can see the video that I put together and I screenshot and put how many followers that girl had when I found her page, which was days after the article. She had like 78 followers and you on the news talking about your goal is to be a social media influencer. You ain't influencing anything. You don't even have no videos up. What are you talking about? She also has a GoFundMe page. Now, the
Mm.
GoFundMe page I find suspicious because the GoFundMe page was started on December the 5th. You telling everybody you moved to Houston the first of the year, beginning of
Mm-hmm.
2024. So what was the GoFundMe in place for on December the 5th? I think that girl just don't I think she just want to come up. I think she just want to hand out. I don't think she want to work. I don't know what was the reason for coming to Houston, but once the news was interviewing her, I think she thought this is my time to shine. This is my moment to get on or something.
Mm.
But just the camera quality isn't there. The content isn't there. And I don't think her brain cells are there either. The girl, I
Ah!
think not even being funny, like, when you went to high school, it was the kids in, like, the lower remedial classes, I think that was her, because if you watch her videos, it's just like, "Oh, the three humans?" Girl,
oh, oh my God.
we are not we are not going to continue to make people famous that don't have no business being famous.
Right.
That's
Say
why I
it.
said when I put the
Say it.
video together, I'm not rewarding stupidity, and I'm not tagging her, and I'm not including her handle or any other. If you found her on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not going to continue to perpetuate a system where Black boys or Black people in general, girls, boys, kids, adults, whatever, but I'm not going to help perpetuate a system that those boys have to heal from. We're not
Yeah.
going to keep talking about generational trauma, healing this, doing the work, this, that, and the third. And we're watching somebody drag their three little ones through the cold in a
Yep.
city that they're not from, don't know anything about, where you haven't set yourself up for success, even with a job, the bare
Mm.
minimum. Because to be very honest, McDonald's is always hiring. The signs is in the window. At some places they started between $15 to $20 an hour. That man you got with you, one of y'all should have been on day shift while the other one watched the
Mm.
kids, and the other one should have been on night shift while the other one watched the kids. And why the baby's not in no type of schooling or daycare or something where they can learn and not just sit
Turn
up
it
in a
up.
nasty motel room with you? Mm-mm. I call bullshit. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit.
Yeah. That I just laughed when I saw the news clip, and I laughed even harder when she was like, "My three little munchkins," because
The new
what?
that's mm-hmm.
Because stop talking about my trying to be all sweet. My three look no, you and your three boys is out here in some heating station, warming station because you're a dummy. Okay,
Mhm.
no, no one. There's no you saying you with your three little munchkins don't warm my heart. It does not
Right.
warm my heart. You're a
Right.
dummy. And why and why aren't you and your three children in a home where it's warm in bed, where there's a hot meal or a little snack or something? Calling the police. Can you imagine that phone call? What did she even say? Police, me and my kids is just standing outside. Can you come get us? Like, what do you say?
Right. Right. You caught
What
some
do
of
you
them. Like,
say?
after a while, it just became too much for me, and so she ended up calling 911. Women, what you mean after a while? Because you talking about you got here at the beginning of the year. Now, the Monday that they were talking about was last Monday, MLK Day, which was January the 15th. So that means by the 12th, 13th, 14th, you knew you ain't had no money. So you lasted 14 days, okay, which is if you had a job in Tallahassee, one paycheck that lasted you 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
okay, irresponsible, and I am not going to help. No.
No.
If you need help with them boys, you need to give them to somebody that can help them because it's not you. You can't help yourself. And I don't know what the man is supposed to be around for, but like shame on the both of y'all.
Yep.
Okay, y'all ripping and running the streets in the cold and got 3 kids with y'all in tow. Hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Woo! I tell you, I mean, in this day and age, sometimes I know I make my content and, I have some, goals, with the content that I create, but also everyone wants to be an influencer. And the reality is that everyone cannot be an
Mm-hmm.
influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And baby
And I
girl,
don't
you.
think that it's. I don't think that it's. People have this perception of what it is to be an influencer, and so many people were like, let's get her to 10,000 so she can make money off her videos. Baby, I got 61,000. The money that you make off those videos, honestly, it's not unless you're somebody that like Jackie Aina who got these millions of followers or like everything you post, you're gonna hit a certain number. You're not gonna make no money to be supporting you and 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not, and you get paid once a month from that. You get paid
Mm-hmm.
once a month from that. Now, outside of that, you can get brand deals and collaborations and that sort of thing, but all of that stuff comes with time.
Yes.
And the way that you gain your followers has a lot to do with if you're even able to sell something or even if you're able to influence people to buy something so more brands want to work with you. What exactly would you be influencing anybody to buy? The only type of deals you need at this point is maybe some camping tents so that y'all have somewhere to sleep
Some
or
air
something
mattresses.
like she something
Mm-hmm.
airbed something. She did a get ready with me. Imagine after the clip with the news is when she was like, "Yeah, I'm about to start making some videos for y'all. I'm about to make me a YouTube. You about to do this and about to do that, but you didn't even already have that in place." So again, I don't believe the story of your goal is to be a social media influencer. It's a lie. It's cap. She doing a get ready with me. Her getting ready was in the motel bathroom, washing her face with hotel soap and moisturizing with Vaseline intensive care. Sweetie, is this the social media content you thought was gonna blow you up and make you a famous influencer?
You said washing her face with hotel soap and moisturizing with Vaseline. Mm-hmm. It's giving special.
I'm telling you,
It's giving special.
I'm pretty sure she was in the remedial classes, and I'm not saying that to be funny or shame nobody, but that just is what it is. Like, there's a
Yeah.
couple of people on my TikTok comments, and they were saying that there was a TikToker who was talking about, when we was in school, you knew the kids who was in like the slower classes, the remedial classes, you knew who they were, and then we all graduated, and we don't know who they are anymore. Clearly, we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We don't know who they are anymore. Yes, we do. One was on the news.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny.
Um, so yeah,
Oh man.
that's what's been on my TikTok this week. That's really the only thing that I've seen take TikTok by storm as of late since Mr. Cat Williams turned everything upside down at the beginning
I
of the year.
mean, I when I tell you everybody just got quiet.
I seen Dave Chappelle came out and said something and basically was like, "Why is he
talking down
drunk.
on
He's
other
a
black
painter, writer,
comics,
drawing
blah
such a
blah
ugly
blah
picture of the
blah.
black comedians and like he said what he said. Okay. You don't
Period.
get to don't nobody get on anybody's internet or anybody's podcast or show talking about me and then when I say something back now I'm the bad guy. Fuck
I
all
hate
y'all.
that. I hate that so
Yeah, fuck all
much.
you niggas. I said what I said and I'm standing 10 toes deep down on it. Okay?
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, what are you saying? There's a higher road that could have been taken? Because I happen to think the interview was hilarious. It was, gosh, a master class
Hmm.
in comedy. And he made some headlines, rightfully so. It was informative. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Set the internet ablaze for a good 3 days. Um, I mean, does Dave Chappelle's little comedy specials do that? I don't think so. And when they do, it's because he done said something about trans people and then pissed him off.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
If he can do it, why can't Cat?
I mean, Cat
You happen to be
Williams,
talking about the LGBTQI plus community, but he happened to be talking about,
his own real life.
comedians. Right. Yeah. Comedians that are within arm's reach of him. What's wrong with that?
So that just sounds like some hater shit to me. I'm just hate some hater
Let
shit.
me
Just
tell
some.
y'all something. Let me tell y'all something else that I'm going to be talking about on the podcast, on my TikTok is dating. Because that's just the time period of my life that I'm in. I know we talked
Hmm.
about it a lot at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
But until my husband reveals himself, this is just the space that I'm in. I I've been trying to immerse myself into going out and being social in Orlando, and I stumbled across a R&B night at this really nice place downtown Orlando. Really upscale, very not turn them up, bang bang, stand on the couch, get the bottles to the section. It's very grown, mature, upscale type of vibe, which perfection for me. So y'all, I go to the place that night, last Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it was. I think it was Wednesday. I met this guy and I had to tell him to leave me, not tell him to leave me alone, but I just had to cut it off within 2 or 3 days. Within 72 hours, I had to cut it off. And I did not realize that he was the age that he was until he told me. He's 50. Now I'm
Mm.
37. I just turned 37 a month ago. 50 is a bit too old for me. For
Yeah,
the
it's
life
quite
that
the
I
jump.
want to live and the things that I want to have and the things that I want to do, it's a bit too old for me. But it wasn't even the age really that really super duper turned me off. It was him. Because at age 50, there's a certain type of dating that you would expect from a man or that I expect from a man.
Hmm.
And I expect you, if you ask me if I'll go to dinner with you and I tell you yes, I expect for you to make arrangements in a grown way, like you're 50 and texting me, hey, at 7:15 when we supposed to have dinner plans and you don't tell me where we're going, what time I need to be ready, or any of that was a big turn off. I like to personally be dated a certain way, and that is the way that I don't want to be dated.
Hmm.
But the real kicker, I put this on my TikTok earlier if y'all haven't seen it. Thank you for the likes, CC. Y'all keep running the likes up. The real kicker for me was when we first were talking at the bar that I met him at the R&B night. And it's a little loud, so you got to get a little close talk. And I could smell his breath.
Oh, no.
And his breath, Pasha, why you laughing already? I ain't
I
even
did. I
said
just
nothing.
because I know where we're going. I know.
His breath, I really gave I really gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he's been because by the time I got there, what time did I get there? I want to say I was there by 9 or so. So I don't know how long he had been at the bar, but sometimes after you've been drinking liquor for a while, or if you've
Hmm.
had mixers with your alcohol, the sugar and the sweetness of the alcohol in the mixer, it just leave a little something,
Mhm.
make a little sour note in your mouth or something. So I gave the benefit of the doubt in my mind, thinking maybe he's been drinking a while. He's had a couple of drinks. So when we're at this bar, and then he asked me, he's like, so me and my friends, it was his homegirl and her husband were there. And the homegirl and her husband were gonna go to this restaurant that's close by and get some food. Because the R&B night, again, I told y'all, grown and sexy, it ended at 11. Now I think the bar was still gonna be open till 2, but the actual event R&B night ended at 11, which again, perfection. Because at a certain age, baby, I want to get into bed. I want to go home. So I agreed to go to this restaurant with him, and before we could leave to go to the restaurant, he had already told me in conversation that he goes to around the street to a cigar bar every day. He told me he goes there every day. Now, I don't know that he's smoking a cigar every day, but he's there every day. The
Mm.
homegirl then comes over to him, and he said that he had this cigar with tree in it, and she wanted to hit it. So the two of them go outside and they hit that. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you smoke cigars, and now you smoke tree filled cigars. Okay. So maybe this has something to do with this twinge, this note on your breath that I'm smelling. We go to the restaurant, we eat the food, we have more drinks, we're leaving. The homegirl and her husband had left before us, so it's just him and I walking out. And I'm getting in my car, and the man pulls up and lights up a cigarette. So you
A
smoking cigar,
cigarette
a cigarette.
in
So you
2024.
smoking cigars, tree, and cigarettes. And you think I'm gonna want to kiss you one
I know
day?
that mouth was hot. My God.
His When I started to think more about it, then after knowing all of those three smoking products, you probably need to scrape your tongue. You probably had a good tongue scraping one. And then upon further inspection, I think that nigga missing a few side teeth.
Ooh, no, no, no,
Then he
no.
told me about some type of medical ailment he had. I'm like, look, Lord, I ain't trying to be nobody's caretaker already, okay?
Uh-uh. You probably got ailments because all that bacteria and shit she's choking down with them cigars. Ugh.
So
Ugh.
yeah, I did end up telling him. So that was that night that I met him. The next night was the night we were supposed to go to dinner. He just turned me off with the way he was trying to, like, if you ask a woman, do she want to go to dinner? You don't already have a place plan or a time. Make a reservation.
Mm-hmm.
Make a reservation for me, sweetie. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let the people know that I'm gonna be coming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he didn't have any of that together. And so I told him, I said, I texted him back later, and I waited an hour because at that point I knew I wasn't going. I had already went and got myself something to eat. And I'm just like, let me know when you want to plan something that's not so last minute. Cause I'm not doing it.
Right. And we're not gonna run
I
over to the cigar bar. Hell no.
Right. I hadn't had time to figure out what I was going to wear, how I was going to do my makeup, this, that, and the third. And the next day, when I talked to him about it, and I told him, I didn't really like that last minute type of thing. You're not letting me know anything. And then when you do reach out to me, all you say is, hey, something. I reached out to you. Texting me, hey. Again, y'all, this man 50. Texting me, hey, is not reaching out, especially when you are supposed to be letting me know about this dinner date that you asked me to go on. He gonna tell me, you ain't got to do all that. You already know you're gonna be the best looking woman in the place. I don't know why you ain't got to do all that. Did it ever occur to you that I was doing all of that for me? I said, let me stop you right there, because you're saying it as though me doing all of that would be doing all of that because I'm going out with you, when in reality, I'm doing all that because that's just who I am.
Period.
And
I
he was
get
like,
that
"Oh
from
well,
me.
I just, how I was dressed. That's how I was dressed last night. That's how I'm always dressed. I'm just real casual." And I was thinking maybe you was having a bad day. And now you telling me that's how you dress all the time. You can't even, like, no, you can't match my fly. You think if I do something, if I put on makeup, I'm doing too much. And so what will be happening is, if I was to even like want to seriously think about dating you, That's never going to work because I'm always going to be
Mm-mm.
doing too much. You're
Mhm.
always going to be wanting me to shrink myself and make
Mm-mm.
myself small because you like to show up everywhere casual, and your casual ain't even a sexy grown and grown
Oop.
casual. It's given not nobody that I would be talking to. So
Wow.
on Saturday morning, I finally just had to go ahead and put a pin in it and say, I'm not serious about this, and I don't even want to pretend like I am because I don't want you to keep pursuing me.
Right. See
Yeah,
ya.
that was that.
Bye. Damn. 50.
Shameful. Fifth, my brothers are 23 and they date better. Excuse me,
Yeah.
they better.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, as the episodes continue, I'll just have to keep y'all tuned in to dating in Orlando.
Yes. Keep us
I don't want to be.
updated, girl.
I'll keep y'all updated, but I don't want to be giving y'all too many updates about dating. I want to be telling y'all. So, wow, let me tell y'all, we planned the wedding, we picked the date. Here's the
Yeah.
ring. You're starting life. I don't want to be doing this
I
forever.
can't wait to
Like
say that I was on vacation with my man and he
my man, my
proposed.
man, my man. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I would really love for a vacation like that to happen and soon.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
there's that.
Do you have any dating updates?
I don't actually.
Okay.
I have met some people the fourth quarter last year. Um, Initially, I felt like we had some strong contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're 4 to 5 months out, I don't know that we are contending.
Oh.
One young man I've been actively trying to ghost since November.
Excuse me. Actively trying to ghost.
Yes, I've been trying to like, I don't reach out to him or call him or text him or ask him to get together and do anything. I have done that enough with
Mm,
nothing's happening, and I'm an adult, I'm 37, like, you must not be feeling me, because if you were, we would be getting together,
mm-hmm.
because we're not getting together. um and you're not really responding to my, hey, do you want to get together, my requests to hang. There's no need to like drag this out, and like, in my mind, let's mutually ghost. The
Mm,
problem with this is we had a conversation about ghosting, and he said
okay.
specifically that he hates that. And he was like, if I get ghosted, I'll ask why. I'll come out with it and be like, why? And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm a mutual ghoster. Like, hopefully, like, conversation just stops and no one follows up to see what happened. Well, this guy, um, after I've acknowledged twice that nothing seems to be happening between us, I've put it out there that this is nothing. So I'm not technically ghosting, but 6 days will go by, 5 days, three of no contact, nothing from me, radio silence. And he'll be like, hey,
Hmm.
what's up? I got a
But
hey
he's never
big.
he's reaching out and saying hey, but not no dating.
No, nope. Just, hey,
Oh,
what's up? Hey, big head. Hi, Pasha. How you doing, lady? And it's just um,
wow.
I'm just really confused, because if I was a guy, and let's just say I was like a super fly guy that had bitches, and there's this one girl who, she cool or whatever, but I'm not really like into her like that, and she's falling back and giving me an opportunity to get out of something without it getting like messy or difficult, or being full of drama, I would take that opportunity. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
just wondering why he's not taking the opportunity, because it's not like he's giving me anything to work with where somebody could be like, oh, well, he's doing that because he likes you, Pasha. No, no, I don't know what he's
A
doing.
man who likes you is gonna want to take you out. He gonna want to spend some money on you. He gonna want to do something other than texting you. Don't text
Yeah.
me today.
So, like, I don't really, so again, I've been actively trying to ghost that situation. The other guy that I met, he's cool. We still see each other. He lives like maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes from me. So
Mm,
we only really get together on the weekends. With the weather being as like crazy as it has been, that's been tricky. So
mm,
I'll just say that dating is like steady, but I don't have a boyfriend and
okay.
I would like one. But you
Okay.
know, it's always something. It's always something. I bumped into a cutie pie not too long ago, but he's 25 years old and can't do anything with that.
Mm,
So
mm,
yeah, like really cute and you know, handsome. I mean, tall, chocolate, like you know,
mm.
just adorable, just adorable. But he's
And
25.
adorable is what you have to call it at 25.
Yes, like he's adorable. And when he's like, you know, 30 and he meets a girl and he's ready to like lock in, she's lucky for her because he is cute. He's super cute and like charming and he's Nigerian. So he's got like that little edge that I think the African men have when they're in America dating and stuff. But you 25, baby. I can't do shit with you.
Right,
I can't do
right.
shit with you. Like if I was a cougar and I was 40 and I was like divorced and had one kid or two and I wanted to take him for a spin, I would
Mm,
absolutely do it. But I'm 37 and I actually want a real like man, husband, family, kids, and he's nowhere
mm.
near like ready for
Yeah,
that. Like hell no.
yeah. Hmm.
So, but nice to look at. That's it.
Mm,
I wish there was more. But to be honest, Joy, I think I said this before we started recording. There's been a word that's just been like in my universe since the beginning of January, and that's creative.
okay.
It's either I'm reading it, I'm hearing it, or it's coming up in conversation, or somebody saying to me, "Oh my God, you're so creative." And so
Mm,
I'm going to lean into that. I also felt like leading up to my trip, I was really locked in with my workouts and like taking care of my health from the inside
the
out.
body was bodying on
And
the trip from you.
so I felt like, okay, we need to stay in this space. We gotta stay here.
Y'all want to go ahead and follow Pasha? Her name is the same on TikTok and Instagram. If you click on the tab that shows you who's in this live, you'll see her name is Passionista. So make
That's
sure y'all go follow.
me. Give me a
So y'all see
follow.
some of this vacay heat the girl was giving.
Oh my goodness, you funny. So yeah, I'm gonna stay in this creative space. I did once I got home, I did a lot of cleaning, decluttering. My closet project is like we are at the end. We got a few more
Okay.
finishing touches and it's gonna be done. And it is like my little slice of heaven. So
Okay, girl.
yeah, I'm dating me. I'm dating me, really. I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
gym, I'm focusing on my body, everything.
Yeah, I need to get back to I keep saying I want to get into like yoga or Pilates, and I was really excited because the
Yes.
apartment that I lived at, they had this free yoga thing that they do on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I was really excited to get into that, but now I'm not there, so I got to get into something. I don't necessarily know if I want to join a gym, but I need to do something just so I can like move my body because sometimes I feel myself being real stiff, too young for it, and
Haha,
I
girl.
need to be ready for when I meet my man. I need him to be folding me up like a pretzel. So I want to be as bendy as possible.
I want to be as bendy as possible. Hey, felt, okay? Felt.
Mm-hmm. Um. So did you hear about? First of all, two things. I feel like everybody. I don't know. Here we go with the fucking balloons again. I don't know why they're giving me balloons. I don't. Um. I two things about 2024. I feel like everybody has the mindset this is going to be a better year. 2023 was giving very much Raggedy Ann
Not
over
raggedy.
her. Ready for 2024 to be just more positive, good vibes, good energy, just all good stuff all around. But the problem with that is we're back at a presidential election year,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and
Talk
the
about
drama
it.
that went on in 2020 with Big T running was a
Big
nonsense
T.
that we calling him Big T. The problem with Big T running and all of the hoopla and the circus act that went on with that, and then following it up on January 6th with him trying to overthrow the government. I don't know what this year is going to be like. I'm hoping for the best, but I already see that it's some nonsense involved. Let's start number one with Nikki Haley, whose real name is Nimarata, I believe, because she is
Yes.
a first generation of immigrants.
Yep.
And she had the nerve to open her, as she wants to call brown girl mouth. She calls herself a brown girl now.
LOLs.
LOLs is right. That is very pointed for the moment, very convenient, and it's a lie. Nobody's buying it. But she had the nerve to open up her brown girl mouth and say that we don't live in a racist country. And I want to know where you've been at the last 10 years. Okay, y'all know I've done it many times. I don't want to have to continue to do it, but let's do it.
Why she
Okay,
feel the
Trayvon
need to
Martin,
set herself aside as a
August Floyd,
brown girl if there's
Kendra Bland, George Floyd. We don't have to go back too far to see how racist the country is. And not only because those people were murdered unarmed, but because there was really no justice for every single person.
right?
How the justice system handled it, how the police handled it, how the federal government didn't pick it up. What do you mean we don't live in a racist country? See, people that say things like that aren't a part of our demographic. They have no idea what it is like to be a black person in these United States. Okay, you want to keep on bringing up the Constitution. All men are created equal, baby. When the Constitution was written and they were talking about all men were created equal, they weren't talking about the black ones.
Hell
Black
no.
people were seen as human. We were seen as property. So when you say all men are created equal, that was never for us, boo.
Did she forget about the 3/5 compromise for every five black people? That was 3 votes. And
Or how about the fact that we didn't even get to vote?
well, yeah, before that, there we weren't even able to vote. And then when we were
Right,
able to vote, so
right.
there's too many blatant examples for her to be saying this. Number one. Number two, why are you calling yourself a brown girl and setting yourself aside uh based on how you look if you don't feel like there's any racism? If there's no racism, then there would be no concept of like skin tone, skin color, and things that make us different or less than. So I'm just I'm like
And then not only
you're either
that,
a brown girl or America's not racist. Like it's
that
not
brown
both.
girl, that she thinks she's pandering for the black vote, and but you didn't even try to do it the right way. We don't. You're not a brown girl. First of all, stop doing it. Stop saying that. Stop.
I'm a brown
Stop.
girl because I want blacks to vote for me, but I'm also going to use my platform to talk about how America isn't racist.
And even if you let's say you truly believe that, because see what she's trying to do is she's trying to teeter the line. You're trying to teeter the line on this side and get the black vote, but you're also trying to teeter the line on the other side and keep the white vote by saying that America isn't a racist country. Yet you forget you're a woman, and they don't want you to do shit, including not have ownership of your own reproductive organs, dummy. Okay, when my grandma was my age, she couldn't even have her own bank account. Okay, my grandma
Hmm.
would tell me about when a woman came into money. Let's say a woman was married and her husband passed away and she became a widow and she was left with money. In order to even touch the money, she had to give it to a man. The man had to take it to the bank and cash it out. You would give it to a brother or a cousin, a brother in law, something like that. We are not so far removed from those things that you should be like acting like you don't know. Huh? We weren't allowed to work. When we work, and even now, we don't make the same as our
Hell
male
no.
counterpart. Like, girl, you need to do what your homeboy, Mr. DeSantis, did on today.
And go ahead
Drop out
and
his
suspend that
race.
campaign. Suspend it. Suspend
Okay?
it and leave us alone.
I don't think that there would have ever been a world where having DeSantis as president was better than Big T. When we talk about picking the lesser of two evils,
Mm.
every single year it just gets more evil.
Hmm.
Like there hasn't been a candidate since number 44. There hasn't been a candidate since Obama that gave some hope. and some
Nope.
light and some evenness to the unevenness of everything that is America. Like Joe Biden is a joke. I feel like I don't want to give Joe my vote simply based on so many facts, but one of the biggest ones being you told me I wasn't gonna have no school loan. I'm
Yeah.
confused why the people is emailing me asking me what my next payment is. You ain't got one, you ain't gonna get one. But you ran on the premise that you were
Hmm.
gonna eliminate, you were gonna completely eradicate school debt, and that hasn't happened. So what could you say this time that I should believe that you didn't say 4 years ago that hasn't come to pass? I don't see a win-win. I don't see a win with
Hmm.
Biden. I don't see a win with Big T. Didn't see a win with DeSantis. Don't see one with Haley. We're literally signing up like with this 2024 should be the year that we all mentally
Hmm.
get ourselves in the right place
Hmm.
and space and gather all the momentum we need to stay in that space for the next 4 years. Because regardless of who stays or gets in that office, whether Biden stays or Big T comes back, we're doomed. It's gonna be a shit show from
Hmm.
top to bottom, beginning to end.
Yep.
If I'm wrong, somebody tell me how you think it's gonna go. What are the positives gonna be? In 4 years, hell, for all I know, the damn aliens might be running Earth. I don't know.
I was thinking about all four of those Republican candidates that you named, and it made me wonder who are the Democratic candidates, and I can't think of any aside from Joe Biden, and he's the incumbent. So who
No.
who else is? I mean, I was. You know what's funny? Remember, I had said a few episodes back that I kind of zoned out from the news, and so I hadn't been tapped into what's going on
Hmm.
politically. I was watching the readout. I believe that's on MSNBC. So, is her name Joyanne Reed or just Joy Reid? Um,
I know what you're talking about.
Black news anchor. I love her show. So today was the first day that I kind of plugged in, and she was talking about Governor DeSantis and him dropping out of the race. And yeah, again, now that I'm like recapping what I was watching, I'm still really unclear on who like our Democratic candidates are and who's like you said, who is that person that is instilling hope and speaking life into us as a people and making us feel hopeful about what the world looks like moving forward. We don't have any of that. All it is, Big T as you call him, and him hooting and hollering about what he is and is not gonna do. And then you've got Joe Biden, who really is just kind of bubbling along. Like I'm trying not to be ageist, but he's too old for this job. And there's just, I mean, I don't understand why we can't in 2024 make some tweaks and adjustments to the way we run our country. The first thing being, you age
Age.
out, you age out. There's an age gap, and at this age, you are no longer allowed to hold any position of power. If
Hmm.
not for, your antiquated beliefs, because maybe you're just not healthy enough. Like, come
Hmm.
on,
Yep.
it is sad, and I love that you stay tapped in and because you're bringing up things that I need to start paying attention to and lock in on for sure.
Yeah, with Joe Biden, it seems like we're just going to continue to participate in a genocide of people in a country where we have no business setting our feet in.
Yeah.
With Big T, I don't even know like what does that mean if Big T comes into
Big
office?
T
Are we
is
going to
so
stay there? Are
funny.
we going to pull out? What is that going to mean? I just it's sad.
It's very
It's sad
sad.
because I remember when I was in school, like I was always taught, and this some of this was true, some of this was just a put on because we kind of see some of the veil being lifted and things being revealed for what they truly are. But I was always taught, and it was instilled in me to believe that America was like this, the greatest country in the world. We were the most powerful, we were the richest, we were the most, abundant, the most, forward thinking, the most innovative, the most progressive, and I don't see that no more at all.
No,
At
no, we're
all.
behind.
Very much
We're
so.
behind.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't
Not
feel.
only just not only with, I feel like our country has been the most progressive when it comes to the LGBTQI plus community. I feel like we've been progressive in that way. But like look at our economy.
Right, it's
Look at
terrible.
look at how many people are living I don't even want to say from paycheck to paycheck. Shit got skin in the goddamn teeth.
Mhm.
Okay, groceries is unaffordable, housing is unaffordable.
Mhm. Buying a
Literally
car is
living
hard
here
these
is
days.
unaffordable. Right, literally living here is unaffordable,
Mhm.
regardless of what country, what state you live in. Like somebody was, or people were on not only my post about when I was moving, but this last post about the girl that moved from Tallahassee to Houston. It was saying, "Well, Houston is so expensive," and my response is, "Everywhere is expensive.
Yeah.
Show me a country, show me a city in any state that is like affordable. It's not. It's not. That just doesn't exist."
Mm-mm.
And people used to say for a long time, people would say, and they still do, but people would say they're trying to phase out the middle class. It's
Yep.
going to either be the rich and the haves, or the poor and the don't have it, the have nots.
Yep.
And it looks like that's kind of what's happening
We're on our
here.
way. We're on our way.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. This is going to be interesting. 2024 is going to be interesting. I do still hope that it is less 2023 ish. And then it's the other things like, DeSantis is dropping out of the race and endorsing Big T. Ain't Big T, don't he still got some federal charges he up against? Like,
Girl. Girl.
what happens if he get found guilty? He can't be the president, right? Like, what,
No.
what are we doing here?
Right. I don't understand why he thinks he's gonna run with 90 plus felony charges against him. I don't know why he like the fact
Ain't nobody stopping him.
the the white entitlement, the white privilege to think that with everything that you're facing legally that you're oh well, I'm still gonna run.
Because he get out of everything else. But to me, I don't even understand why the Republicans,
I mean the
like, why
office
didn't DeSantis use that as a running point? Like, why didn't you use that as a tactic to lessen his popularity? Like, you should have talked about the fact that this man got all these felonies. You should have talked about the fact that he's a known criminal who's gotten away with this for so long. Like, that's a good running point or a selling point. But the Republican Party is like, y'all backing this man up.
hmm he's a
And the
dummy.
Democrats,
He's a dummy. DeSantis is a dummy, and I don't know what governor goes against his own people, his own constituents with some of the stuff that he wanted
mm-hmm,
to put into place. And
mm-hmm,
like Florida is a
mm-hmm,
is a state that matters in the election. So like
mm-hmm.
you didn't even look out for your own constituents, which would have served you, along with maybe condemning Big T and everything he has going on. But no, you're because you're an idiot and you're incompetent, you don't know what you're doing, now you're here. So good riddance.
I'm reading y'all's comments. Somebody on here, Mark, said that Trump is going to, I guess, win and then pardon himself.
I mean, hey, that I mean,
Yeah.
stranger things have happened. And he probably will too, asshole.
Hmm.
He
And
sure
get away with it
will.
because y'all are letting him. Y'all are
Yep.
letting him.
Yep.
So,
Gotta love living in what is this, the 21st century as a millennial? It's great. It's my
man, millennials,
favorite.
man, we didn't have it rough. This our whole timeline of living, baby. It's been
We've seen so much.
rocky. We've seen so much. We've seen so much. Like, it's weird being the last generation to grow up without the internet
Yeah.
and then be introduced to it and then learn how to work it
Yep.
and then try to teach it now to our parents, but also keep up with all the things that are, it's I think it's part of the reason why so many people, not just our age, but so many people are like tapped out and burnt out,
Mm-hmm.
is because, like, when people say they're going to take a social media break, mentally, your brain just needs a rest. It just needs a break and a breather. We've literally been on the internet consuming,
Yep.
consuming, consuming for so long. It's like our brains and our psyche is on overload.
Mm-hmm.
We about to load it up again with election year. Personally, I will stay tapped in. I will know about all the things that I need to know about. But 2020, 2021 when we were in our last election year, and then the beginning of 2021 when they was trying to overthrow the government. I was so dialed into CNN. That TV was on
24
CNN at
hours.
morning, noon, and night, and
Same.
I can't do that again.
Me neither.
It wore me down
I
mentally.
watched
It
it
wore me.
every day. I would turn it on in the morning and then I would work with the TV on. Then I would get up, take Luigi out, feed the animals lunch or whatever. Then I would work with the TV on. Then I would get off work and sit in front of the TV with a glass of wine and watch the news. Then I would like, okay, let me make some dinner and watch the news while I'm making dinner. Then I would take my plate to the couch and sit in front of the TV and watch the news. And then it would be about 10:30, and it's just like, all right, time to go to bed. And then I would go into my room, turn the TV on. Sure enough, watching the news,
I
washing
would
and
fall
repeat.
asleep and wake up watching CNN. And a lot of my favorite correspondents not even on there no more. Angela Rye, Don Lemon,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Kumo,
Yeah,
um, all those people gone. The people who opinion I really looked forward to hearing because it was
yeah,
unfiltered, it was very raw and real.
yeah.
So,
Now it's just Anderson Cooper.
mm,
He cool, I guess, but
it's cool, but I mean, he
mm,
can't carry the whole network. Not for me.
no. I would like to see some more blacks on there. They got rid of them.
Did they replace any of those people with black correspondents?
I mean,
I
Abby
mean, like
Phillip is on
major
there.
correspondents, like
Abby
headline
Phillip, I
shows.
think. Mm, now that I don't know.
Hmm.
That I do not know. So
Well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
yes, it is.
We'll keep
You
you
got
guys.
me thinking, girl.
We'll
Huh?
keep you guys up to date. We'll keep talking about everything leading up to. I don't know what the date is this year. Is usually like November 4th or somewhere around there,
Yeah,
election
November
day.
4th.
Yeah, we it's gonna be an interesting time. You know what's crazy is I think that a lot of countries are going to be more tuned into our election this year. Not that they usually aren't, but just with so much going on, just knowing all of the things that have happened
Mm-hmm.
with Big T getting indicted and being, having a mug shot and Biden participating in a genocide Joe is what they calling him now.
Oh
Like it's going to be
Lord.
interesting. Countries are going to be paying attention to our election too.
I went to Scotland when I was 19 years old, and my friend who I went with, her sister lived over there. They had a party. And it was like a welcome to Scotland party for us. And some guy in conversation was just like, you know what I don't like about people in America is you guys are so focused only on what goes on in America. He was like,
Mm,
we know everything that's going on in your country politically. Like we know about, and I believe this at the time, um, Obama had just got elected. Yes, no, yes.
if you were 19, it was right before he got elected.
Yes. And so he was, he had brought up like George Bush and some stuff that had happened. And he was just like, you see, we know about all of that stuff. And he was right because I couldn't tell him shit about Scotland. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know. I don't know. And you bring, and that was to your point that all the country, like globally, worldwide, they're going to be dialed into what's going on in the US for sure. If they weren't already, they will
Hmm.
now just because
Hmm.
we are dominating like headline news. So,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
it's going to be quite the 2024. Just to make
I
sure I
need to
take
do
my
some more research and
vitamin.
figure out. I need to do some more research and figure out where does Big T stand with us being in Palestine and giving them weapons and helping them commit this mass murder. Not that I think that he's such an empathetic guy that he's going to care about a genocide, but just
He
where does
doesn't
he
even
stand
know
on
what
having our
empathy
people
is.
genocide?
He doesn't even know what empathy is, and don't ask him how to spell it. He don't know. He don't know what it means, how to spell it, how to use it in a sentence. That word does not exist.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, friend, that's all I really got for this week. Ain't nothing much going on with me this week coming up. I am just trying to again stay consistent with social media, posting, editing, getting some stuff done with friends, child. They're sending me all this stuff in the mail.
I love it.
Um,
I love it. I can't wait until the brand sends me something.
Mm-hmm.
The body oil company reacted to my post. They said
Did
this. They're
they?
like, "This is awesome," but that was it.
Oh, you should reach out.
Like,
This is a good time to follow up with an official email and make some
oh,
shake.
for my
Talk about that
1,000
off.
followers, let me promote to
Oh, it
their.
don't matter. It doesn't matter. We see people who got 1 million followers and no real influence. So
That's
the micro
true.
influencers is where it's at because they're more tapped into their community and their audience trusts them than some of the people who have thousands and thousands of followers. So don't let that be a deterrent, girl.
Well, hopefully, some girls that were looking were like, "Oh, I want my skin to look like that on vacation," and they get some stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. But yeah, I don't
What
have
you got
anything else either. I'm coming out of the fog of like my trip. So back to our regular scheduled program. I got a client meeting tomorrow. Wednesday I'm in the office. Thursday we're having our holiday party because we can finally have it. I know.
holiday party?
Yes. It's like our team, just like the people on the team, not like a group.
Why y'all
So
having a holiday party in mid January?
because
Late mid.
we couldn't do it in December.
Then y'all should have scrapped it. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I'm dead. So yeah, we're back in the swing of things this week.
Okay.
Girl.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that's it for the Same Difference podcast today. Thank y'all to everybody who tuned in on live and for talking to us. And girl, why they got this thing at the bottom of my live screen talking about some learn more about the US elections? TikTok about to start doing that stupid shit
I
that
saw.
Instagram was doing. I don't like it. Because do you remember how it was on the gram last
Uh-huh.
election? When everything was fake news, fake news, fake news. You can't
Every
say
little
something.
post you would see, it would be a link to like learn more, learn more. It's like, oh my god, no.
So if TikTok is doing it, I know Instagram gonna be doing it again. I know X, Twitter, probably gonna be doing. Oh, is Elon? I don't know what these folks
I
gonna do,
don't know
child.
what's
I
going
don't
on
know,
with that weirdo.
girl.
No
Speaking
idea.
of weirdos, real fast, what's going on with Kanye and these posts with his wife in this like black spandex rubber? It's weird to me. It's weird. I don't like it. I heard that Kanye had an album coming out. I was excited to hear the album because I am still a fan of his music, but the album ain't came out. So it's like, Kanye, stop posting and hit post on Apple, please, so I can press play.
I
Um,
know nothing these days.
I also saw that Kim Kardashian is now the ambassador for Balenciaga
Yes.
officially. Hmm?
Yep, I saw that. I saw that.
Mm-hmm. But I was just surprised because Balenciaga had just come under fire for that little child scandal that they had going on. So I was surprised to see Kimmy Cakes gonna be an ambassador, but child, I guess if there's a bag involved,
I mean,
people's morals go out the window. We get
her
selective memory.
her Balenciaga era was one for the books, and that is a relationship that she values. I think they value it on both sides. I think that they are hoping that with Kim as the ambassador, that we can sweep that little dirty bear, stuffed animal bear shit, whatever. We can just sweep that under the rug and move right along. Um,
I don't know if she's going to be giving them creative direction or if she's even capable of giving them creative direction, but I've been very disappointed in not only their material as of lately, but also Louis Vuitton. What's Pharrell doing? He had that Timberland Louis Vuitton collaboration with the Louis Vuitton was on the tongue
mhm.
of the Timberland, but the way people wear the Timberlands, you can't see the tongue. It was weird.
Yeah, I he's living in La La Land. He's living in La La Land. I mean, the very first collection was like super duper pixelated, so it looked like Super Mario Brother type shit. This next collab has like Wild Wild West. So I'm just trying to figure out when the collection is going to become timeless. When are the pieces going to be timeless?
Mm,
Like
mhm,
I would wear a Louis Vuitton piece designed by Pharrell forever. It just has to be the right piece. And it
mhm.
has to be something that's going to look good 10 years from now, 20 years from now. But I be looking, and I'm just like, "You having a
Pass.
good time. You're having a good time."
All it is, just a good time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. That's all. And then too, sometimes I think it's okay to be a producer and a performer, singer, what have you, that dresses nice and not have to run a design house. Like, yeah, yes, you know how to put fly shit on. That doesn't mean you know how to design a full collection that's going to
Mm,
stand the test of time.
mm.
But I'm also in my little bitty closet slash office in Chicago. No one's asking me to design anything. I can barely get 500 views on a video. So,
Girl, shut up. But
perspective.
that also reminds me of some of the chatter that was going on about Usher's Vogue cover
Mhm.
that included a football team and some white woman.
Yep.
I don't even know why they calling it Usher's Vogue cover because I would have wanted to see Usher. He
By
didn't need
himself.
nobody else. Right. Why does Usher have all these people with him? I still don't understand any of it. I don't understand what was the football team for? Why did he need to model with him?
Right.
Like
I
he's coming off of such a wild few months of success from his residency in Vegas,
Mhm.
and then y'all throw him on the cover with this.
Mhm.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I mean, I guess I can tie the Pee Wee football together with like Super Bowl, but I don't understand the cover either. Like, what's the model modeling? Like, what's the fashion story that we're telling?
Well, right, because Usher had on like a white like top, and she had on like this
Yeah, a
sequin
little like
number.
a
It
silk
just
dress.
with the football team, it just none of it made sense. And like as far as tying it in with the Super Bowl, vote it's not a Super Bowl magazine edition, so it's just still the Pee Wee football team didn't need to be there, and it was a P like Super Bowl is the National Football League. The rec guys, the rec little boys, like I just didn't
I
make
would have
sense to me.
I would have liked to see Usher on the cover by himself. I would have liked the fashion story to be all of the suiting these days, all of like men's fashion these days has been very fitted, very
Hmm.
70s rock star. And I think it would have been
Hmm.
cool for Usher to wear some of these pieces that not only pay homage to his incredible sense of fashion, but also Elvis and the outfits he used to wear and how they were sometimes fitted or bell bottomy or there was a cape
Hmm.
situation. Like there's men's fashion that can tell
Hmm.
that story, and that would have been a very nice through line between Vegas fashion, Elvis, the
Hmm.
residency, and then maybe
Hmm.
let's pay let's tie in Atlanta, because Usher, Atlanta, he could have had on, some football shit reminiscent of Andre 3000, who
I would
it's
have liked to see a Michael Jackson reference in there as well.
yes, that.
This perfect
Um,
moment for it. I would
y-
have liked to see Usher in that magazine with his rollerblade skates on that he had at the
yep,
residency.
yep,
A glove or something reminiscent of Michael Jackson, tied it
yes,
into the Super Bowl performance, maybe with a nice sequin top or something with a number on the back. The
yes.
white model Pee Wee Kids just lost me. I just lost me completely.
hmm
So, but
I
that's
mean,
just
if you
me.
had to have a model, then yeah, put Usher in a football uniform and have a model be like a cheerleader or something, and give like a little, damsel football jock situation, something.
Yeah,
But
but
what?
I think even if with a model, the model should have been like a background, like a prop.
Yeah, like
But
not.
she
It
seemed
wasn't your cover too.
right, right,
I
yeah.
mean, Vogue could hire us, or any magazine, really, any fashion magazine, if they just want
We're
somebody.
available. Our is wide
I
open.
mean, I'm living in this land. I'm the consumer that's taking it in. I'm reading the stuff. I'm listening to the music. I'm watching the Super Bowl. I'm locked into the halftime show. Like, my opinion, in my opinion, is valuable, not only
Hmm.
because I'm smart, but I have taste. So, like,
But that also we think like, who are the people in the room?
White
Because it's not making it. Nobody said this doesn't. Nobody said Usher doesn't need the mod. Like no,
or
it didn't.
why are we going in this direction?
Yeah.
Can
Mm.
like when you guys brainstormed the shoot, who like what was written on the sticky notes? I have some sticky notes. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm with you there. I did see that cover, and I was just kind of like womp womp because that's what it gave me. Like, oh okay, but it should have been him by himself. Not sure if any other man has covered American Vogue before, but that would have been a nice piece of history if he did. And what they should have did for the February issue for Black History Month is put his ass on the cover alone right before the fucking Super Bowl. But I don't know anything.
Anna
Yep.
Wintour, mm, hit the girls up. We can
Call
help you.
me.
We're available.
So
Let's get it right for the next time. We can't go back, but let's make sure going forward we get it right because you didn't
mhm.
get this one
No,
right. Yeah.
no. And everyone, there's room for improvement for everyone, yourself included, Miss Wintour.
Another age and another something that need to be aged out, but hey.
Woo! You said it, not me.
Said what I said. Okay, said
You
what I
are
said.
so funny.
Okay, friend. Well, I guess we'll wrap our episode and reconvene next week. Thanks again to everybody who joined us on the live. If you are not
Yes.
following us on TikTok, make sure you do that. You can follow the Same Difference podcast on TikTok. Me, it was always joy.
And you can follow me, Passionista, at PASCHANISTA. That is on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And yeah, come say hello.
All right, friend.
See
Bye.
ya.